welcome to the In the Beginning Incubator webinar. We're thrilled to have you join us for this special event where we celebrate the journeys of ambitious entrepreneurs who have turned their visions into reality. Join us every Tuesday as we spotlight incredible clients who have navigated the entrepreneurial landscape and emerged victorious. Each session is more than just a conversation. It's an opportunity to learn firsthand from business owners who have faced challenges, embraced innovation, and achieved remarkable success. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or refining your strategy, these webinars will provide you with practical advice and real-world knowledge to guide your path forward. Stay engaged and get ready to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit. This is your chance to connect, learn, and grow with a community of like-minded visionaries. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our host for this powerful series, Mr. Christian Johnson, the Chief Strategist Officer of In the Beginning Incubator. As a seasoned business strategist and mentor, Mr. Johnson has played a pivotal role in guiding entrepreneurs through the complexities of business ownership. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Christian Johnson.
Hello, everyone. I think Miss Tonya is on. Hey, Miss Tonya, can you hear me? She may be having some technical difficulties. I know she. Hello, can you hear me, Miss Tonya? Okay, while she's figuring that out, I'm going to hop on, and I'm here. So, hello, everyone. My name is Christian Johnson. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer for In the Beginning Incubator. Y'all know me. Most of you all know who I am, know where I come from, know where I reside, and know where I'm at. But today, we have Miss Tonya Brown with us. She's our client highlight today. But I also wanted to talk about some new things while she's trying to fix her sound and everything. I wanted to talk about some things that we have coming up, some important things that we have that some of you may not know about or haven't been paying attention about or have been receiving information about and haven't just have questions, general questions about it. So this Thursday is the launch of our podcast. Our podcast will launch first with Mr. Earl Kirkendall. I know some of you might have seen the promotional video, but that will be launching this Thursday in the morning around 11 a.m. that morning. And that will be a very, very good conversation, like I said, with Mr. Earl Kirkendall and his company, Voices of a Miracle. And I'm very excited. I got all this, everything is set. All the sounds great. Everything sounds great. And the recording looks great. So we're very excited about that. That'll be launching this Thursday at 11 a.m. That's going to be in the morning. You'll be able to listen to it on Spotify. And our Spotify is In the Beginning Incubator. In the Beginning Incubator and Fun. And then In the Beginning Incubator and Fun. And then you'll also be able to watch it live. Well, not live, but you'll be able to watch the recording on YouTube, on our YouTube page. It will air live, but then you'll be able to rewatch it on our YouTube page as well. And our YouTube page is In the Beginning Incubator and Fund as well. So you'll be able to watch that. That's going to be a great conversation. That's going to be different than what we typically do for our webinars, like how we do these, but this will be more in-depth conversation. You actually will have a full view of the podcast, and the sound quality will be much better, and you'll just get a deeper conversation, not kind of like glaze over type of conversation, but an in-depth, deep conversation on the podcast this Thursday. And again, that'll be airing at 11 a.m. this Thursday. The next thing is the May 5th. So May 5th, we have our book launch. Ms. Johnson has finally finalized everything with her book. I know we said we were launching it at another date, but Ms. Johnson found out that it needed some more work. It needed some more tailoring. So we've been tailoring it, and we've been working on it ever since then, since the beginning of the year. And now we are doing the pre-launch. So the pre-launch is May 5th. That is going to be May 5th. You'll be able to order it off of Amazon, and you'll be able to order it through our website. So that's going to be May 5th. You'll be able to pre-order your book. And then May 16th is going to be the day that it launches out completely, and you'll be able to launch it you'll be able to order it anytime after May 16th. And again, the May 5th is going to be the pre-sale. That's when the pre-sale will be up, and you'll also be able to purchase the book through, like I said, through Amazon and through our website. So you'll be able to purchase it through there, through Facebook. Through our website and through Amazon. The next thing also what's happening on May 16th. May 16th is also going to be our Generational Wealth Program, the launch for our Generational Wealth Program. The Wealth Program is different from the Entrepreneur Academy. And another thing, the Entrepreneur Academy launched this week as well. We've got a new batch of entrepreneurs who will be going through the academy, and at the end of the 12 weeks, they will be pitching for $1,000. This is the third cohort, and we're very happy about that. So we have a new batch of entrepreneurs that will be going through the process, and once they're finished, they will be able to pitch at the end of these 12 weeks for $1,000, and one of them will win. One of them will walk away with the check. So we're very excited about that, and that is something that we're very proud of. And our partners with Langston, I want to shout out our Langston partners out in Langston, Oklahoma, for partnering with us on the Entrepreneur Academy, and also and having access to professors and teachers that are teaching classes for us, and also our team that are teaching classes and teaching and supporting and mentoring our incubators as well. So that's going on. That is going on this week. But like I said, May 16th is going to be the Generational Wealth Program. So we're going to be having an event on May 16th. It's going to be May 16th. And May 16th is a Saturday, folks. May 16th is a Saturday, just so you know. And parking is free at our office on May 16th, just so everybody's clear. I know that we get a lot of a lot of stuff about the parking at the office, but you'll be able to come to the office on May 16th for an introduction to the generational wealth and breaking generational curses curriculum or program. It starts at 12 p.m. There's going to be breakfast served as well. So when you sign up, you also have access to breakfast and food. There will be food served. And it's different. Like I said, it's different from the Entrepreneur Academy, because the Entrepreneur Academy is designed more for business owners. So the Generational Wealth Program is not designed for business owners. The Generational Wealth Program is designed for families. It's more designed for families. So in the Generational Wealth Program, it's also a 12-week program where we meet on Saturdays, every Saturday. And it's not as extensive as the academy, but you're going to learn about building credit, how to create trusts, what a trust fund is, how to create a trust fund. Like I said, building and maintaining credit, because we're working on it. This is a collaboration with a bunch of our partners, and thank you to the partners who have stuck with us and supported us, like Credit Restoration, who's going to be a big part of this as well. But building credit, building trust funds, real estate, going over real estate, how to keep property in your name, how to keep assets in your name, keep your property, maintain your property, how to sell property, things of that nature, how to rent properties out. Everything from family that starts with the family and the nucleus of the family, and extending that wealth and creating generational wealth, so that the next generation, the unborn generations, can benefit from the things that you do today. So what type of things go into your trust funds, what type of assets, whether it be jewelry, it could be a houses and things like that. And it's pretty much a 12-week curriculum that will go over everything, strategies for how to develop wealth, whether it's primarily through business, because we're a business incubator, but it's just gonna go over a plethora of topics: ownership, how to create income, how to use credit, how to use business lines of credit, how to use personal lines of credit, how to get credit cards, things of that nature, and really walk through the things that we've done in our health, in our lives as a family, to build around our business and businesses, and how that can benefit other people. So we've also reached out to the Petersburg CDBG, and we're awaiting a information from them regarding our proposal. And we're also making some proposals to some other organizations, some other individuals for the generational wealth program as well. So we're very excited about that. That is May 16th. Again, breakfast is going to be served, and it'll be the introduction to the generational wealth program and how to break generational curses. So if you on our website, you can visit our website at inthebeginningco.com, and you will be able to sign up for that. If you go to inthebeginningco.com, it'll be pretty much on the first page on our home page. Again, this coincides with the book launch that we're having as well. The blueprint is the name of the book, and the blueprint is pretty much a blueprint of history of how individuals were disenfranchised, individuals, African American individuals, and Native American and minority individuals were disenfranchised out of the generational wealth conversation, and how today now we know information and we know different things, and we know how to access the internet and access and new information and use this information that we are accessing to develop generational wealth and even the playing field, so to speak. So that coincides with the generational wealth program, and the book, The Blueprint, written by Ms. Johnson, is all going out at the same time. And again, we've got partners that are working with us on this. So this is a very, very exciting program that's launching. It's new, again, and it's not specifically for business owners. This is for family, it's for children, it's for anybody who wants to develop generational wealth and have generational health. One other thing, I know some of you may follow Ms. Johnson on her personal page or follow us on our personal pages. Ms. Johnson did have a health scare about a week ago, and she's doing perfectly fine now. And in her having that health scare actually opened up more questions for our family, generational questions for our family from past generations and future generations. So she's doing perfectly fine now. She has not been in the office, and I don't think that she's going to be in the office for the rest of the month. But she has been working from home, and she's doing okay, and she's still doing everything that she needs to do to keep ITB moving forward. But she's doing all right. She did have a health scare, and she's perfectly fine. Our board is working. They were working yesterday, and we're happy with them and happy with the things that they're working on, which you're going to have more information. We're going to have more information about that at the end. But that is that. So I'm gonna bring on Miss Tonya again. I don't know if we can hear her now. Miss Tonya, can you hear? Can you hear us? Hello, Miss Tonya.
I can. I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Are you driving
Yes.
right
You
now?
can't hear me.
Huh?
You can't hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Hello. We can hear you. I don't know if she can. She's still having technical difficulties, so I'm gonna take her while she figuring that out again. Um. But the one other last couple of things that I'm going to mention, and before she tries to hop back on, is the next week also. We're going to be, me and Charnay are going to be at the West Virginia Bridging Innovation Week in Morgantown, West Virginia. We'll be there with our West Virginia team and our West Virginia partners, interacting with new businesses and new programs and discussing new ventures with them as well, new ventures for the Appalachia region. And we'll also be at another John Hope Bryant event conference that will be at NDC that same week. So that'll be at the beginning of the week, we'll be in West Virginia, and the end of the week, we'll be in DC for the John Hope Bryant conference. And we're going to be there talking with some billionaires. We're going to actually be in the room with some billionaires, and me and my sister are going to go, and we're going to talk and make some things move and push some things forward. And the last thing is the ITB Summit. So we are officially launching the ITB Summit, and vendors can sign up. We've gotten a vendor list. Vendors can sign up on the website as well for the ITB Summit. We have a lot of sponsors. It's so many people who are actually involved in making this happen. It is going to be at the end of this year. It's October 14th. It's just one day. It's October 14th, the ITB Summit. Our board has been hard at work working on it and getting everything together. I'm very, very excited to see how everything comes together. And this is a birth from my idea. I wanted to do an expo, and I know for years we couldn't really get it together, but now we've gotten it together, and it's organized, and it's going to be here at our building, 919 East Main Street, and it'll be on the fourth floor, the whole fourth floor. So we'll have the auditorium, the classroom, all the classrooms, and the conference room set up for events. And if you want to be a vendor, you can go visit our site and you can send in an inquiry to be a vendor and set up a table. We'll have tables set up, and we're going to have people from all over the country coming in for this, from all over the country that are coming in for this. I'm very excited. And I want to thank our partners, Langston University, again, for being a huge sponsor of this event. We're talking with them, and they're going to be a huge sponsor, and we're very excited about that as well. So let me bring on Miss Tonya back and see if she can hear us now. Hello, Miss Tonya, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right.
I want to
Excellent.
ask to see if can we see you too?
Let's see. Let me cut the camera on. I'm in the car though.
Oh,
Well, I'm
okay.
cutting on. Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. Let's see. Let's turn this thing around. I'm not very good at this.
Okay.
Bring it in.
Oh, she disconnected. She'll be reconnected, and we'll make sure that she's back on. But yeah, she's fixing her phone while she's fixing her phone. But if anybody did have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can type them in the chat. I know we haven't been live. It's so much going on, and then when certain people are uncomfortable being on these type of spaces and being live and stuff like that, is for me it can kind of get a little frustrating. But I know that we've had individuals lined up, and some things go on, and we've had technical difficulties, but it is okay. We will persevere. So let me see. Ms. Tanya, are you good?
I am, but I'm sorry. I seem to have problems with the camera, and I truly apologize. And I am driving and stuff like that too. And also, I apologize to you about being late and a little bit unprepared for today. Too much happened today. Too much happened. But look, I'm trying to come through. So everything that you said that's going on with the business sounds great. With all the new up and coming events and just everything, y'all guys are doing a really, really wonderful job.
Yeah. So I'm probably not gonna be on probably too long, but I guess since you are on and we've got you on, so I typically do these is we typically just I ask questions, and it's very conversational, and I just ask questions about about your business and how you work with us. But you're multifaceted, so tell us about yourself, and tell us how you originally found ITB.
Well, I came in when I found you all. So I worked for myself with a cleaning company, and I started out in a franchise, and it was okay in the beginning, but then they was taking a lot of fees. And then I just continue to work, me and my son, hoping that one day the fees will go down or something would happen magically, but nothing was really going to happen because I was in this contract for like 10 years. So when I came to you all, I had gotten sick myself, and I was able to get out of my contract. And then when I came to you all, I came to wanting to improve the business working for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you all helped me with that. So that's how I found you all. And I would say to others, when you're looking into maybe getting involved with a franchise, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will tell you to really, really look at your contract and really know and understand what it means, because when you sign that paperwork, they are dead serious about that contract. And it's not that easy to get out of. And they dress it up so good that when you find out the truth, is sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's too late. So to invest in yourself and your company by going, coming to you all and, trying to figure out how to go about it, to me is a better investment than going to these franchises, because you your business and you and your company and you personally are not that main concern. That main concern is that bottom line. So, sometimes when you're like, well, can I afford this, or can I do this, or can I do that? You know, take, just really look and take the time to analyze it, because that's your business. That's your business. So you would do better with, putting that time in, putting that money into your business, opposed to doing it the way that I started
Yeah,
out.
Miss Johnson
Trying not to
does.
talk too long.
No, you're fine. Miss Johnson does have some. She has some background working with franchises. We've had some companies that have wanted to franchise in the past, and it depends on the franchise. Certain franchises are. It's like the requirements to franchise with certain companies are very like straining. Sometimes they just don't make any sense, and the contracts that are
Hmm.
written by like whole legal teams. So when you sign on a dotted line, you sign on a dotted line to pretty much, if it's a huge corporation, their bottom line is just going to be their money. So they're going to want to make sure whatever company it is, you're managing their
Hmm.
money right, and you're making them more money. So that's typically how the franchises come. And most of the individuals that we work with, they don't franchise. They'll start out on their own and then might
Hmm.
consider franchising later down the line if they want to franchise their company, or if they get something that may look like they could franchise with a bigger company, or have a merger or acquisition. Uh, but
Hmm.
but in most cases, we work with individuals who are just that aren't franchised, and then we'll also work with individuals who do the things like one of our individuals is a Legal Shield, and she's not the owner of Legal Shield, so she's a almost like she's a business owner of one part of Legal Shield. So you got other companies that are similar to that. I think LegalZoom is the same way, and you got the Mary Kay stuff like that. Those are similar too, where they'll give you a website and everything, but you don't
Hmm.
technically own all of the every like your domain and the website and the products and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's different in your case for the franchise. I don't know what they supplied you with specifically, but it sounds like it was a straining process.
Well, the main thing to me, I think, with the franchises is that you get this recognizable name, and it's supposed to be like a sure thing. But when you're working for yourself, you know, you have to do everything. You got to do your marketing. You got to do everything.
Right.
So
Exactly.
a lot of times, I think people just do the franchise for that.
Right.
Because I can get more. Look, with them, they can have me working from sun up to sundown. They
Right.
can keep
You
me
have to.
busy
You pretty
because
much
people
have
buy
to
into the
follow.
name.
Right. You pretty
And
much have
then
to
for
follow
myself, I
their
have to give my.
instructions. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hmm. Yeah, but you guys like you all like just did a really great job, and even with so back to the story of how I came for my business to get help too, and then in the process of that, I was like, I'm thinking about I want to run for city council, and then I even started getting help in the political ring. So I got help on the business side and help on the political side too, because you became my campaign manager, websites, paper, flyers, and all that type of stuff. Um, and I wasn't even expecting all of that. I wasn't I was not even expecting all of that. So yeah, it's just a really great experience.
Right. And so everything that we did and we worked
Hmm.
on.
And I would, yeah.
Yeah, everything that we did and we worked on the side of politics. How did that experience kind of shape where you are now and what you do now?
Um, like would you all help or business in politics or just all of it?
Well, the more the politics side, because I think I did more on the politics side than I did in the business side. You're for the politics side. I think that was I did more for that than I did for the cleaning for your cleaners business.
Um, that was wonderful. We went out. So it was the first time I ever done that. Um, so we went out together as a team. You formed. You took me out. Um, to different organizations and stuff. One being like the Virginia State University, and it introduced me to some high ups up in the university, and they was able. We was you got me a team of interns from the political science department. Remember the girls, and then you was managing them, and it's just a lot of good things. So you were able to get us some support from the Virginia State University, and
Hmm.
the kids were, well, I keep calling them kids, but the young adults were able to get credit. They were able to get some credit
Yeah, they did.
for their grades and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And it's some real life experience. They got
Right.
some real life experience outside of the classroom. And that was one. That's like the number one impressive thing. And then just when we went out to the Young Democratic
The
gatherings and stuff like that, just meeting different people and stuff, and putting me in the room with some good players. And look, and I still have a relationship. I
right.
still have a relationship with them. You remember the first time when we went out together?
You met Abigail Spanberger's
Yeah, so
mom.
it was a learning experience, and I'm still learning too. So me being here, I did. I didn't even want to say it, but yeah, I did, and I'm still friends with her till this day. We're
Right.
supposed to be having some lunch soon. So, cause I just adore her mother. You hear me?
Right.
And
Now she the governor. See how that
she
works?
and I always speak highly of I think Abigail Spanberg. Yeah. And I really sincerely say, we're having the opportunity, and you have too, have had the opportunity to meet like all the different officials. And I honestly would say, to me, Governor Abigail Spanberger is a natural person. Like when you meet her, I would say she loved everybody. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
say. She she's just warm, and whatever crowd she's in, she embraced that crowd. She listens. I think she's fair. I really think she's a fair person, and I think we are in good hands.
Right.
And I would say that about all of them. When I had the opportunity to meet Jennifer McCullen, that's our congresswoman, just she cares. Senator LaSharice Ayers, she really cares. Like our new delegate, Kimberly Adam Polk, she
Well,
really
mhm.
cares. And look, the new up and coming Ward 6 city councilor really cares. So,
Yep.
like, I can honestly say
Yep.
everybody that's on that little lineup really cares about the people. That's how I feel. And because like today is a voting day, and I know a lot of people, I can't wait to see the results because I know some people like, what's the purpose of voting and all this and that. And I heard too, like little reports saying it's not as many votes like right now, but I hope that we come through and that we win. And voting is really, really important. And even if you don't know who to vote for, or you vote for somebody, because a lot of folks say, well, why should I vote for them? They ain't going to do nothing anyway. All we need to do is start learning how to keep people accountable. If they say they're going to do this or whatever, and you vote for them, and they don't do what you asked them to do, what you voted them in for, then you just hold them accountable, and you start trying to figure out a way to not make them, but like, hey, I voted for you because of this reason. Just don't get mad and go somewhere and be like, oh, I ain't never voting again because they didn't give me what I want. Hold people accountable. It's almost like if somebody owe you money, you lend somebody like $20 and say, oh, she owed me $20. You're not gonna go and sit down and be like, oh, I ain't gonna worry about it. You're gonna hold her accountable for the $20. You're gonna be calling, you got my $20 you owe me. Oh,
Right.
you're gonna text, you got my $20. You're gonna keep on and keep on and keep
Well,
on till you get your $20. And that person might be like, I know she ain't hounding me like that for no $20.
it is
But
an
that's just an
election day,
example to say when you vote
and it
and you
is
don't feel like that person doing right for the reason you vote for them, just hold them accountable.
right. And
Huh?
being that it is an election day, it is important for people to understand that Virginia
I'm
as
sorry, I
a,
ain't hear you.
Virginia as a state has elections every year. We have elections every year. We have House elections every year. We have all types of elections, senator elections, and then we have national elections for the state, for the United States House and Senate. Virginia has elections across the state every year for different positions in different seats. So these off-year elections, when it's not like a main election, main national election, they're the most important. That's why you've seen I've seen the most Republicans out saying vote no to this stuff now than I've ever
Hmm.
than I had seen them participate in the last election when we got the supermajority. So it's important. And again, whether you vote Republican and or not, or Democrat and or not, it's still important for you to participate in in politics and and engage civically. And I think that's what Miss Tanya, a lot of when we were campaigning for her, a lot of what we were doing for her was just
And
getting
vote.
people to understand and gain the knowledge of why it's important to vote. and obviously don't vote for her opponent, but why it's even important to engage as a underrepresented individual. I think I got a lag.
And yes, so and that's what I'm working on now. So I'm working on that now, and from that, I am starting my own nonprofit organization. So, I have the cleaning business. I'm running for the city council, and I'm also in the process of starting my own nonprofit organization, POP, and that's incorporation, people of power, people of power and purpose of Petersburg, and that was inspired. Like that was inspired by the AKAs. That was inspired by the AKA incorporation because that day when I was out campaigning, and it was like a whole bunch of AKAs out there with my opponent, and I felt so intimidated, right? And but I had came too far just to like tuck my tail in. So, and people was out there. We had like a little small crowd, and they was doing what they do. And I said to the people, I said, look, I don't belong to no organization or nothing like that. I'm just the average person, like everybody out here, and I just want to get in here as a city council person with the hopes of trying to make this area a better area. So as of today, we POP. That's what I told the people. We POP. And they said, what's that? And I said, we people of power and purpose of Petersburg. And you gotta like look, all you gotta do is wanna be a concerned citizen that wanna change your neighborhood, you want to do better, then you can just join this organization, POP. So there's somebody said, I want to be down with POPs. And I'm like, okay, well then who down with POP? And people, I had the crowd, it was like, I'm down with POP. I'm down with POP. So I just kept on going with it. I kept on going with it. And POP is a movement for community improvement and community engagement. So we can't do nothing all big till we start doing small things, and small things like please come out and vote. And if you're not voting or you got some kind of reason, like I do voter registration drives now. I've learned how to do some restoration of your rights and just different little things. So and just trying to get people interested. Because it don't matter who won when you don't come out there and vote.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So
that. But I just think, getting into programs that you all offer, that's everything that you mentioned that you all got going on is all good stuff that we need to know.
right. So
Hmm.
so
Yeah, we need to know it. So because
it
to me, at the
it
same
is a
time,
lot.
like
It is a
um
lot, and I think I'm getting feedback or some of my microphone is muffled. I was gonna swap out the microphones, but I'm good. But I want to do this again, Miss Tanya, and I want to make sure I can see you and we can have a full conversation, a full conversation. But we haven't been doing our lives regularly, and I'm just back getting into the groove of doing the lives. We've got people on here watching, and I'm happy that they're watching. So thank you all for watching. Um,
okay.
but but I'm gonna end it here because I again I want to have this conversation. I want to be able to see you and for everybody to see you. And again, my sound, something's going on with my sound. I sound muffled, and I'm listening to it on my phone. I'm sound
Okay.
muffled. But I want to have a I want to have this conversation again. Hopefully, we can do it next week, and where we can get in more depth about POP and in more depth about Petersburg, because I really want to have conversations about Petersburg and everything that's going on in Petersburg, and see how ITB can benefit Petersburg and everything that you're doing, how that's benefiting Petersburg too. Because when you were talking about POP, I was actually thinking of Petersburg Connect. I don't know if you remember when we were at Virginia State and we were going around to different areas in Petersburg, and you had mentioned the idea of having some type of connection system. I don't know if it was like a physical connection system, but it was Petersburg Connect. I know it was something that we came up with, that you came up with, and I seconded it. But I don't want to get too far into it now, and we got more people hopping on now. But if you are just hopping on, y'all done missed you done missed out. But Miss Tonya, we're gonna have Miss Tonya back on next week. She's gonna be back on next Tuesday. Hopefully she'll be settled and we can see her, because I want y'all to see her and see our conversation like we usually do, and do it that way. But like I said, we are just getting back in the groove of the lives again, and the groove of recording back. So we took some time recording, so from not recording. But this Thursday again is going to be the podcast, and that's going to be really good. I'm excited about that. And I know if you weren't here, we've got a lot of things coming up. So just stay tuned on our emails and our website, and stay locked into everything that's going on. All of everything that you get, your emails, our social media. Social media is the fastest way to find information, because we'll post on there about things that are happening in real time. So stay tuned on our social media. Again, the generational wealth course program, it starts on May 16th, so you can sign up for that on our site. The blueprint launch, the pre-sales launch, is on May 5th. May 5th. So you'll be able to pre-order the blueprint, which is the book that Ms. Johnson wrote that coincides with the Generational Wealth Program. And the Generational Wealth Program is a 12-week program that will run every Saturday, starting May 16th.
Yeah.
And also, Bridging Innovation Week in West Virginia is next week. We'll be there, and we'll also be at the end of the month, at the end of the week, and we'll be in DC at another conference with John Hope Bryant. And and again, the ITB Summit is coming October 14th at the end of the year. So vendors sign up for that. So Ms. Tanya, you're going to be there. I know you're going to be there, and you're going to be speaking. And so that's all that I wanted to talk about today. Again, we're going to have Miss Tanya on again, where we're going to go into not a deep conversation, but I want to open up some things that we talked about, that we kind of glazed over today, about Petersburg and the initiatives that we have that we're pushing for Petersburg, while things are coming up, while they are doing a new casino and rebuilding certain aspects of Petersburg, and potentially, well, not even potentially, but are gentrifying certain areas. So we're going to get in depth in that. And yes, the Black Business Summit in Washington, D.C. will be there next week. So join us again next Tuesday. We're going to be back here next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ms. Tanya, you're good for that, right? You're going to be on again next week with us, right? I don't know if she heard that. I don't know I have probably got she said.
Yes.
Oh yes. Okay, good. It's a delay. I don't know what the delay is with my microphone. I got a new technology. The technology is acting crazy. So
I said yes. I heard you. Can you hear
good.
me?
So join us next week again at 7 o'clock. I'm excited because this it worked out the way it needed to. Join us next week, next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We'll be here. Me and Miss Time will be here, and she'll be on camera. She'll be on camera. You'll be able to see her and see us having a conversation.
Look, I always say, oh,
She was saying something. I don't know what happened.
Yes. Yeah, and look, I just wanted to say that you're doing a great job, and don't worry about, ironing out, like you're going to iron out the kinks and all of that, because I always say, look, that stuff seemed like it looked easier said than done. When I be trying to do my little YouTube shows or whatever, just look, you see people get up there and try to, do this and that, but it's a lot of little twists and turns and buttons and clicks and all this type of stuff that you got to do to make it go all smoothly. So you did a wonderful job, and it's always gonna be some little, things that happen, and you just keep on keeping on. That's all you can do. And so, great job today. And I apologize for moving around and stuff like that, but I did try my best to make it happen because I want to be a lady of my word. So, just a lot of things happening today, scheduling wise. But next Tuesday, we will try again.
Okay.
If you can hear me. Look, if you can hear me.
You're perfectly fine. Miss I am Tonya R. Brown. You're perfectly fine. Like I know stuff comes up, and when you texted me earlier.
All right, well, I'm gonna go.
You're good. So you're good, and we'll be back on next Tuesday. So join us next Tuesday, and thank you all. And the current vote right now is 55% yes and 45% no. So stay tuned on that too. I'm assuming we're gonna win. I wouldn't see why we wouldn't win, but we're gonna be good. So y'all have a great night, and thank you all for joining.
Thank you for joining us for today's In the Beginning Incubator webinar. We hope you found inspiration, valuable insights, and practical strategies to apply to your own entrepreneurial journey. But the learning doesn't stop here. We invite you to join us again next Tuesday for another powerful session where we'll continue to spotlight incredible entrepreneurs and share knowledge that can help take your business to the next level. If you enjoyed today's webinar and found it valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Spread the word. Let others know what you learned and invite a friend, colleague, or fellow entrepreneur to join us next Tuesday. Once again, we appreciate you for being part of the In the Beginning Incubator community. Keep striving, keep growing, and we'll see you next Tuesday.